This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
Well, we've got some interesting weather coming back our way, mostly in the form of smoke and haze again here across the region. Unfortunately, we're going to be dealing with that making a return, and we'll show you why here in just a moment. First of all, let's get to our forecast. Take a look at hour by hour tonight. Those hot temperatures going to drop down into the 70s and eventually the 60s by sunrise. We're not going to get very cool out there at all. We do have a few things out here that we want to show you. We have severe thunderstorm watches out for north central portions of Nebraska. Heat advisories, excessive heat warnings in the eastern part of the state. We still have the red flag warnings in eastern Wyoming. And we also have air quality alerts now that have been posted for tonight into tomorrow for western portions of Nebraska. 101 yesterday after a comfortable morning low of 55. And no precip in the rain gauge, unfortunately. We certainly need some. Didn't get any. We're now 2.5 inches short for the year. As you can see, 101 yesterday, 101 again today, and quiet weather conditions in terms of rainfall. Unfortunately, that has been at a premium and something we have not been able to buy here for the last week and a half. Chances of precip pretty light, maybe an isolated storm chance Friday. Better chances finally by the early to middle portions of next week, but it's going to take a few days to get there. Winds are not going to be too bad over the next 7 days. Tomorrow and again Sunday maybe our breezier days. Severe weather threat is off to the east of us and is quite high, to be honest with you. Here from Norfolk over to Omaha, slight risk of severe weather in central Nebraska, north central Nebraska as well. That enhanced risk tomorrow still includes the Omaha area, far eastern portions of Nebraska, and then that moves out of the region as we go into Thursday and things get quieter here across the area. Now, here's our smoke forecast. We want to show this to you because of a couple of reasons. First of all, pay attention to what happens here. This is where we set right now, some smoke in the northern panhandle. We'll roll this into motion, though, and show you what happens here as we go across the next several days. See how tonight into early tomorrow morning that smoke gets more intense here across the region. Then it pushes further out, and by this time Thursday morning, most of the smoke is out of here. But again, we do have that brief period of time there where we're going to see some of that smoke come into the area, and we're going to have to keep a close eye on that going forward. 101 right now, 101 in Chadron, and we have very warm conditions out there. Temperatures in the 90s to low 100s, and it looks like winds are light and gusting occasionally to 20 to 25, except in north central Nebraska where some of those storms are at. Out the door tomorrow, areas of smoke. Otherwise, temperatures going to start out in the 70s by 8 o'clock. Will warm into the 90s by afternoon. Again, storms in north central Nebraska, they clear out tonight. Quiet weather conditions tomorrow. Other than areas of smoke and haze, we're not going to have much to deal with. No real thunderstorm activity tomorrow night, and into Thursday, things remain dry here across the region. Yeah, this is in motion. There's just nothing to show out there. Late Thursday, a buildup of a cloud or two, and that's about it. And maybe Friday, we might see an isolated chance at a storm. Lows tonight are mostly 60s, to be honest with you. Highs tomorrow in the 90s. And as we take a look at what we're expecting as far as precip goes, pretty much nothing out there over the next several days. It is going to be very dry here across the region. Partly cloudy, areas of smoke and haze return. 66 tonight for a low tomorrow. Not quite as hot. Still hot, though. Highs in the mid-90s. Areas of smoke and haze back there again. We warm right back to near 100 Thursday through the weekend. Finally, by Tuesday of next week, we start a cool down into the mid-90s, and I think an even bigger cool down as we get towards the end of next week.